On this episode of Take One, Bronco Gap Year, campus closure policy, and information on the updated campus food pantry. Also, stories about Barstool Broncos, putting on a face mask, and birds, just for laughs. These stories and more up next on Take One. Welcome to Take One. I'm Jenna Vitamonte. Bronco Gap Year is a new program made available to everyone. The program allows you to choose between a single semester or a full year. They offer 4 different pathways based off of interest or what you want to focus on during your gap year. These pathways are social entrepreneurship, education, public service, or build your own. Each pathway has 5 different blocks, each with associated credit. Bronco Gap Year allows you to gain up to 9 credits in 1 full year. This program provides students with strength finders, course classes, interviews, job shadows, internships, and just general connections. The program helps students find their interests and drive them towards their purpose. To find out more information or to apply for Bronco Gap Year, go to boisestate.edu/gap. Now, let's take it over to Marcos Guadarrama on Boise State's campus closure policy.
Thanks, Jenna. COVID-19 temporarily shut down Boise State campus earlier this year, causing all students to move out. The fall semester has brought new physical distancing measures on campus, but students are still left wondering what possible scenario could shut down campus once again. The city of Boise currently sits at stage 3 in Governor Little's reopening plan after cases continue to climb in Ada County. Greg Hahn, Associate Vice President of Communications and Marketing, says Boise State has a 2-week closure policy in place. That means Boise State can close for up to 2 weeks to isolate and suppress infections. If cases get out of hand, Hahn says closing campus and going fully remote is a possibility this semester. Currently, the number of COVID-19 cases on campus stand at 349, with 127 of those being residential students. Finding a nutritional meal plan while in college can sometimes be challenging, especially during this pandemic. Michaela Clay tells us about the recent updates to Boise State's campus food pantry.
In these uncertain times, many students are unsure when they'll have their next meal. However, there is a source on campus that can help provide students with nutritious meals. I'm Michaela Clay, and here's what to know about the new and improved food pantry at Boise State.
We are able to offer a space where students feel invited and welcomed. Our most recent numbers from October 6th, which was just shy of a month being open, we had 262 visits serving 496 individuals. And this is all because of our new partnership with the Idaho Food Bank. And it's been such a blessing to have them because now we're able to actually keep enough food on the shelves for our students. When it comes to pantry guests, we require that they either use hand sanitizer provided or put on the gloves that we also provide. And then all students are also required to wear masks per university policy. And then we have 2 separate mirrored aisles that offer easily accessible products, and this has limited touch interaction with the products provided. And for a limited time only, we have dishware and cookware that was generously donated. We also obtained the licensing necessary to carry some shelf-stable produce. We have Bronco Fit creating an herb garden for us. In addition to this, we have limited the capacity of our space to 10 people. And then our pantry staff members sanitize all high-touch surfaces frequently. The coronavirus pandemic unexpectedly changed what we knew to be normal. So many individuals were struggling at this time just to pay rent, and we didn't want that financial obligation to hold anyone back from nourishing their bodies.
If you would like to help your fellow students, consider making a donation at Campus Food Pantry at boisestate.edu. I'm Michaela Clay, and that's what to know about the new and improved food pantry at Boise State.
Now, if you only tune into this show for a laugh, let's take it over to the Spec Studio with Emma, Ryan, and Ben.
Thanks, guys. Barstool Broncos is a new Barstool Sports affiliated page for Instagram and Twitter users that are fans or students of Boise State. Ran by an anonymous student, the page features Bronco confessionals, tailgate videos, campus updates, and other funny content that relates back to the Broncos. Standing at almost 13,000 followers on Instagram, their page has a community feel to it where students can send in their own original pictures and videos every day for a chance to be featured on their account. This week's laughs come from multiple students sending in videos from the BRC of their infused water concoctions, including but not limited to carrot water, bell pepper water, and even lemon tomato water. I don't know about you, but I'm not sure if those sound very refreshing, especially paired with one of Carol's delectable breakfast burritos or an oozing out the side patty melt from the burger man himself. However, if they do decide to make hot dog water one day, which one of you freshmen is going to let me get a guest swipe?
Thanks, Emma. Hi, I'm Ryan Seekert, COVID-19 and strep throat survivor. The COVID-19 pandemic is still going on as we speak, so I have to ask, is putting on a mask that difficult? If you ask most people, they would say it really isn't. But if that's the case, why are there still so many people that refuse to wear them at all? Maybe it's just much trickier than we think. Perhaps we've all been a little sacrilegious when it comes to those that just can't seem to wrap their heads around this whole mask-wearing shindig. Well, that change starts now. We at University Television assembled a team of scientists and researchers to identify other activities that are just as difficult as putting on a mask. These activities include tying your shoes, brushing your teeth, winning your gulag, or trying not to cry when Drake's Marvin's Room comes on in the club. Remember to stay vigilant. You never know when you'll be faced with another excruciating obstacle, such as this.
I have something I want to say. I want to say something. Now, I'm aware I might get some backlash for this. I'm pretty aware of that. But, someone's got to say it. What is with geese? Huh? What the hell's their deal? I haven't seen something that aggressive since the warning label on a box of Tide Pods. I know not to eat them anymore. Seriously, though, geese are literally just like duck's mean old stepdad. If you told me that every goose is a raging alcoholic, I wouldn't even question it. Just look at the way they waddle. Cocky bastards. Look, you know who the worst geese in the world are? Canada geese, also known as the geese you see every day here on campus. Look at that face. That's terrifying. Now, I have a theory. Canadian people are so excessively nice because they put all the evils of their world into their geese and then just sent them on down to America. Everybody's always saying, oh, Boise's so safe. There's no violence or crime at all. Has no gang violence. Yeah, because everybody's too busy fighting off the geese. You walk into a park and it's a turf war on site, no questions asked. There might not be gang violence, but there's a ton of gaggle violence. Am I right? Okay. Point is, these geese are out for blood, okay? Do they make funny noises? Sure. Are they kind of cute? Not really. Do they poop on every walkable surface imaginable? Oh, you wouldn't even believe. The only useful thing they do is fly south for the winter, which, what does that even mean? Huh? Are there just fat flocks of geese flying around Cancun? Doesn't make any sense. And if that is true, so Mexico has them all, then how do the British get them when it comes Christmas time? I just don't get it. Something ain't right here.
Well, speaking of birds, a recent study had found that crows are capable of conscious thought, a trait previously believed only to be in primates. These avian wonders are notoriously known for being responsive to reflective light. Animal physiologist Andreas Nieder and his colleagues from the University of Tübingen ran an experiment by showing crows different lights on screens. The goal was to get a response from the crows by moving their head. Some lights were also placed in more obscure spots where the crows could only sometimes see them. With electrode implants recording the crow's brain activity, there was a neural connection between the light and their response, but no activity displayed when they did not see them. The overall results confirmed that subjective experiences are not only found in the primate brain, and that consciousness is not a requirement for being a mammal.
Hey.
What's up, Ben?
Went
on quite the tangent there.
Yeah.
About geese.
I was thinking? You ever play Duck, Duck, Goose?
Many times, yeah.
You know who you run away from?
So we duck.
The goose. It's the goose.
Yeah.
If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know,
That actually does make a lot of sense.
right? Some
Never
food for
thought of it
thought.
that way.
You might be onto something. You really are.
Might be. What do you think that whole rant was for?
That was a lot, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
It was necessary.
I enjoyed it.
I got more pictures.
I didn't. No, you know what? On that note, back to Jenna and Marcos over at the 360 studio.
Thanks, Ryan. Geese and crows all in 1 week? Wow, we sure do love talking about birds here at University Television. How many times do you think you've stepped in goose poop, Marcos?
There have been far too many times to even count. Well, that's all the time we have today. Thanks to all the crew, writers for this week's episode. I'm Marcos Guadarrama from all of us here at Take One. See you next time.